Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. My name is Mo McNeary.
And I am Tom Wright.
And we are so happy. I'm really happy to be back for a second episode. Thanks for having me back.
Yes, I'm glad we survived. We made it. Show number 2. Extended the contract another show. It's great.
Thank you. Well, this is just really great. Rivertown Days just happened. It was so fun. Were you
Yes.
out and about?
I was out and about. Had the kids with me. Did the
Did
carnival
you
rides.
participate in the race? There was a glow run race. Have you done any races lately?
No, actually, I was in the Nick Clare run.
That was
back
in May, right?
But
how
no.
about Grandma's is a race. There's lots of different kinds of races. Did you do Grandma's or any other kinds of races?
No.
No, races.
That was it. I didn't do the glow run either. I was with my kids.
So were you ever
there.
signed up for Grandma and perhaps you dropped out?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't. No, I didn't sign up for Grandma's.
Let me think about this again. Let me think.
I don't know what she's doing here.
Races. Any other races that you want to talk about?
I'm picking up what
You're
you're laying
so
down.
pretty, Tom.
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Are you though? You're a little slow on the uptake.
This took a while, didn't it? Took a little while.
Anyway, Tom, tell us about any races that you might know about. Would you be so kind?
Some watching may be aware that, yes, I had filed for city council and to run for the one of the at-large seats.
Yes.
And, a couple weeks into the campaign, it really hit me, reality hit, that in my situation as a single dad with 2 young kids, it was not feeling the right time.
Right.
This was the right time. And I think I just, I had that feeling before I ran, but I don't know, I got some wild hair and I thought, no, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. But.
Well, timing's everything. And you know what? I really respect the fact that you are putting your family first, which is one of the things that you were actually running on. Was
exactly.
Family, so.
It's funny. Yeah. I felt like kind of a hypocrite, if I was going to go forward with the campaign, because I knew it was going to be really tough on my situation, my kids. So. I thought I was going to be I think I would have been a hypocrite to run and put the campaign and still go for council and in my situation. So not the right time.
There you go. Well,
perhaps another time.
Great. Well, thank you for clearing that up. That's awesome. So today, I just got here. So what are we doing today?
Good question. Does Mike know? Yeah. Well,
Thank goodness somebody knows.
We got some great stuff. We went out to Emily's Bakery and we got to hear what the talk of the town is.
Because there's talk out there.
There is some talk
And we
out there.
did a little snooping.
Did some snooping, yes, as they saw. Yeah, we did some snooping. And we also have a great guest in studio coming up, Chris Jenkins, the Parks and Rec Director here in Hastings.
I love it. Now, I brought some cooking supplies. Can we do a cooking segment again?
Yes, we can certainly
get
another exclusive recipe from Mo here in What a Crock. That is coming up here also in the show. That segment continued. It is continuing. We got it because we want everybody to eat well and be well. So,
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, I know that you know what's going on in this town more so than I because you're dressed kind of like a news guy. So what kind of news is going on?
You ready for some news there, Mo?
Oh, am I?
All right.
Yes.
Well, here we go.
Oh, excellent.
Here are the top headlines where the stories are likely made up, but we all know the problems are real. First up, this year's annual Rivertown Days was a success.
Yes, very much so.
True story. But there is a but, literally. Just when the chamber was ready to put this one to bed, an incident took place in downtown Hastings. It was this man, Vince O'Brien, Hastings chair of the school board, longtime Hastings firefighter, an attorney, you name it, he's probably had a career in it.
Renaissance guy, right?
Yeah. Well, O'Brien was found on Sunday night incoherently walking up and down 2nd Street, exposing his full derriere, his behind, for any of those that aren't familiar with derriere or French. Witnesses claim, true story, witnesses claim he was chanting, "I'm going to the moon, I'm going to the moon, get it."
Get it? I don't.
We don't get it.
I don't get it.
And we don't have any pictures either. We don't have any pictures or video of the incident, fortunately, I'll say.
I'm relieved.
We did get a comment from O'Brien, though, who maintained his innocence, saying, "That was not me. I have no desire to go to the moon." A court date has not been set. Oh, and an interesting fact on this, Mo.
Yes.
According to the Hastings Police Department, it took 8 police reserves and a golf cart to detain O'Brien.
I don't understand the golf cart part.
I don't know, but that they felt that needed to be included. So he does have some bragging rights there, though. Eight reserve officers.
And
That's
a
impressive.
golf cart.
And a golf
Yeah,
cart. And a golf cart.
Yeah.
How many people can say that? Not many.
Not many.
On to a more covered news story.
I don't get it.
You get that? No? Come on.
Okay, I'm playing along.
All right. No.
Okay.
Black Dirt Theater has premiered its summer musical Joseph
Love
and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoats. Yes, I've heard many good reviews on this one.
Fabulous group.
But there are many terrible reviews on a Dreamcoat scam.
Tell me more.
You hear about this?
No, I haven't heard.
Yes. Get this. A scam artist tried to take advantage of the popular musical and was selling these fake Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoats in Hastings. Apparently, he was getting $100 each for these coats, claiming they were Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoats. Some of the coats were not even coats, Mo.
Really?
Yeah, they were sweaters. He was
What?
that good. The suspect has been arrested, but their identity is still being withheld at this time. All we have is this picture you see here submitted by Facebook. It does kind of look familiar there, I got to say. Whoever he is could face a $120 fine for fraudulent sale of an Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Right?
Was not aware we had that. And serve up to 30 hours of community service in, guess where?
KDWA.
Nope. Close. In nearby Coates.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
kind
get
of
it.
strange, but yeah, I get it. Makes sense. All right, now this next and final news story is definitely strange. 2 candidates have withdrawn from the race for Hastings City Council. And they are, not in the script here, it looks like, and the news team seems to have forgotten their names.
Blaine Hornbuckle and a man named
And
Tom
yeah,
Wright.
we know. I can't seem to remember them either, Mo.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the strange part, though. This is the strange part. What is strange is what happened at the candidates forum with the 4 still in the race.
Yes.
And they are Joanna Byers, Lori Brooks, Ian Martin, and Mark Vaughn. Well, those 4 for City Council took part in a forum hosted by Hastings Happenings at Our Savior's Lutheran Church, and our HCTV cameras were there. At one point, moderator Tom Bullington allowed audience members to ask questions, and there were some good ones.
Oh.
It was going well. But about halfway through, there were a couple of questions in a row that stumped the candidates and pretty much anyone else watching. Take a look.
Thanks. Yeah, I think the new bridge was a mistake. How would you correct that mistake?
Yes, thank you. I have a pretty serious question. If you were an animal, what kind would you be? And then, of course, where would you go to the bathroom?
The bridge is not of my concern. What I am concerned about is actually our safety, mainly about Russia. What if Russia comes over here? I don't speak Russia. Can any of you speak Russia?
Wow, what do you say to that, huh?
I don't really have much to say, but thank you for bringing us the news.
Yeah. Do you speak Russian?
As you see it, no, but I have a friend that does. Maybe we'll get in contact with him. You know what? We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to head to Emily's and see what is the talk of the town there.
It came.
Pop that bad boy in.
Please let this work.
Okay, so we are here with world champion Tetris player Ben Mullen.
Well, welcome back to Talk of the Town, and we have more Talk of the Town for you. And we went straight to the source at Emily's Bakery, where we had a little fun, didn't we, Mo?
We had a lot of fun at Emily's, and we want to say thank you to Noreen and for all of the nice people that we met that day for playing along with us. It was very fun.
They sure did.
We sure learned the talk of the town there.
Yeah. That's one good place to get talk of the town, that's for sure. So let's go, let's see what we found out. What is the talk of the town in Hastings? What's going on in the rumor mill here? What are you guys hearing? What are you guys talking about here at Emily's Bakery?
The bridge, you know, how beautiful it looks.
I'm talking about the Black Dirt Theater.
What do they have going on?
Ah, Joseph and the amazing Technicolor coat. Everybody should go see this.
What is the town talking about today?
Yeah, we're talking about my cousin Bob McNamara, who just died Sunday night. A lot of people are talking about what a great person he was, how valuable he was to Hastings, to Minnesota, to the University of Minnesota. Just a wonderful person all the way around.
Talk of the town is about Mr. McNamara. And I knew Bob. I went to school there with him.
What is the talk of the town? What are you hearing out there?
I'm hearing a lot about a new pastor at C's, Father Dave. Everybody thinks he's cool.
What is the talk of the town?
Oh, you don't want to know.
We discussed everything here.
And if we told you, you'd faint.
And how about you, sir? What's the talk of the town? What have you been hearing?
I think they should tear that Hudson building out of there and put a nice motel and a restaurant in there. No, really, that's what Hastings needs to bring the people into Hastings, is a nice motel there instead of the old junky building, and a nice family restaurant.
And what is the talk of the town? What are the rumors going around? What are people talking about, like here at Emily's?
At Emily's, we talk about everything. Weather, and we got to get more stores in town here and stuff like that.
Tell us, what is the talk of the town?
Well, we heard a lot about the murder that happened behind the bakery. The bridge for years was the talk of the town. That's kind of dying out. Rivertown Days was a big talk of the town.
Dick Rother, what is the talk of the town?
Well, we were talking about the transportation around here, how the bridge is being still under construction.
What's your favorite thing about summer?
Going fishing.
What's your favorite thing about summer?
Looking for the girls.
Wow. Now that's the talk of the town.
All right, well, there you go. That was our fun at Emily's Bakery. Thank you again to all those that partook in our interviews and were willing to go on camera there.
Yeah, that was great fun.
Good time. So now we welcome a really good interview here with. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm confident this is going to be a really good interview with Chris Jenkins. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Chris here is the director of the Hastings Parks and Rec Department. So if it has to do with parks or rec, that's his department, right there.
And rec, just to clarify, it's REC is what you're saying.
REC.
REC.
Yes, not
Welcome
like a car
to you.
wreck.
Yeah, not car wreck.
You've been in your job about a year, a little over a year.
Yeah, just over a year. Started last April with Hastings Parks.
And where did you grow up?
Oh boy, I was born and raised in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Wow.
And spent college years in Missoula, Montana.
Okay.
And met my wife, moved back to Alaska for a little while.
Okay.
Spent the last 5 years in McMinnville, Oregon, the great wine country of Oregon, working for the local Parks and Recreation Department there.
Oh.
Beautiful. And what brought you to Hastings?
You know, it's been my wife and I's goal since we started having kids to get back to Minnesota. My wife was born and raised in Stewartville, Minnesota,
okay,
just south of Rochester. So there's some community values and just personal values that we haven't found as much anywhere else. So we wanted to bring our kids up, our girls up, in an area that fit. And Hastings is a community that is a community we were looking for, the style of community with its own boundaries and identity and full service, and truly close to where my wife grew up.
Beautiful.
How did you end up in this career? Was there like a Parks and Rec director you were growing up that you idolized perhaps in town or something like that? Or how do you get into this?
Sure. All my supervisors and directors I've admired and respected throughout the years. I started when I was about 14 years old teaching downhill ski and snowboard downhill skiing and snowboard lessons at a military base for their outdoor recreation program. And I worked for a free season pass is what I did. And during the summer times, my dad also worked for the military there as a civil servant. And we would help take soldiers and families on fishing trips and canoe trips and those sorts of things throughout the interior of Alaska. So that's where I started into it, other than growing up in the outdoors. But that's where I knew that this is kind of what I want to do, and have continued that, through education, and jobs, not only working for the U.S. Army, working for the U.S. Air Force during my internship in Great Falls, Montana. Having soldiers and families come out and enjoy the great outdoors and teaching them new skills and letting them blow off some steam.
Well, this is really the time of year to enjoy all the beautiful parks that we have in Hastings. How many parks do we have?
We've got about 35 parks here in Hastings.
Shocking.
With a little more than 400 acres of maintained areas.
And then how about the trail system? How many miles of that?
We're pushing about 30 miles of trails right now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. And I know that there's more to come.
Yeah, there's looking for some connections, over the 61 bridge and then over the railroad underpasses there, trying to connect up to some regional trails that would get you out to Point Douglas and get you up to St. Paul and those areas, and also looking at the connections through Dakota County, out through Spring Lake and in that direction as well.
Anything else on the docket for the Parks and Rec Department? Perhaps there's anything flying under the radar that has been in the news lately? That
there's not a whole lot flying under the radar. We've got some capital improvements. We completed some of those with the pool this year and the arena this year. At the arena, we installed a new dehumidification unit so we can hold summer ice in that west rink all year. And earlier this week was a great test of that, with the dew point being so high and the warm temperatures, and it performed flawlessly. We're really happy with that piece of equipment. And again, we installed a couple of new pool water heaters and put a new roof on the pool building as well. But looking for a park shelter at Pioneer Park. It has been delivered, and we're just working with the contractors to get that scheduled and put up and get that going. And still working on the off-leash dog park that'll be off of East 10th Street. Have completed some preliminary mowing of the area to kind of get an idea of exactly how it's going to lay out, and working with the contractors that'll construct the parking lot and put up the fence around the area too.
Very fun.
Yeah, wow, lots of exciting stuff going on.
Yeah, there's just a few things.
And speaking of exciting stuff, we have some exciting questions for you, Chris.
Absolutely.
Are you ready for the Tot 5?
Sure.
The TOTT5.
Talk of the town.
Get it?
Yeah, get it? Oh,
He's a quick.
There we go. Look at this, huh?
All right.
Oh yeah, really set the mood here. All right, I'll go first here. If you had to have a job doing something else, what would it be?
That was actually one of the questions through my interview process here. And over the last 3 years, one of the things I've been involved with is an exercise program called CrossFit. I've been slacking a little bit over the past year, just trying to get things figured out, but the CrossFit program has made a big difference in my life as far as my flexibility, strength, mobility, just quality of life. So if I could own a gym and be a trainer, that'd be something I'd have a lot of fun with.
That's a great thing. I have a question. If you were a dog, what kind of dog would you be?
Oh, I'd be a lab.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And where would you go to the bathroom?
Outside.
Outside. That's pretty good. It was asked earlier. I thought it needed to be repeated. Let's see here. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh. Not any one particular childhood memory, but just the way my childhood, just the way it was. My parents and my brother and I, we, since kindergarten on, grew up in a house that my parents and friends built. So we grew up out in the sticks a little bit. And for the first couple of years, we hauled water in 5-gallon buckets. We brought up 30 sled dogs at a time. And we'd go, you'd pull out of the dog yard there just from the house and, go on hours worth of mushing rides. So we'd feed the dogs, we ran gill nets in the river and caught a bunch of fish and froze them and chopped them up. And, we didn't have a lot of great things, but it was great just to learn some of those skills. And I think that's held with me for the years.
What a sweet story.
Oh, that's a good answer.
What do you hope your last meal will be?
My last meal, probably a Juicy Lucy.
There you go.
Hey, good answer. Those are good. All right, and the last question here for the Tot 5. Here we go.
Sure.
If you were stranded on an island with one celebrity, who would it be? Who would you want with you?
Oh, pick
someone
a
to play
comedian.
basketball with. I don't know.
Pick a comedian for me. We got to keep it entertaining.
Comedian.
I'm very bad with celebrity names and celebrity.
How about Take a Hike Mike? Would you mind being?
Sure, that'd work.
Be on an island with him?
Sure, that'd work.
Good luck. Good luck.
I'm frightened. Is that is that how we're going to end this segment? With that thought in my mind.
Well, you made it through the first top 5. Thank you for doing so.
Chris, thank you, and thank you for all you do for
absolutely.
our community, and you're making it better.
Yes.
We're so happy.
I sure hope so. Yeah, if anyone wants to contact us with ideas or anything, please feel free. Call the office or shoot me an email, whatever you'd like to do.
Perfect.
Thank
you.
you.
And what is your phone number and email address if anybody's interested?
My direct line is 651-480-6176, and email address is cjenkins@hastingsmn.gov.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Chris.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, it's going to get cooking in here on the Tot Studio with this gal right here. Yes, we have another What's a Crack recipe. Yes. Looking forward to it. Stay with us. All right, welcome back to Talk of the Town. It is time to talk about Mo's Apron.
Yes.
That only means one thing, right?
Excellent, it does. It's our cooking segment called What
a
Crock.
Crock.
Well, I tell you
Yes.
what, my cooking segment last time was such a success. People had to go and get all the ingredients that, so
I heard Cub ran out of the cream of mushroom soup and chicken because of that.
Yeah,
So
well, it's all good.
that means
all
something.
right, so we're going to do another one. I want you to be a little bit more engaged this time. Would you
Okay.
take the cover off for me, please?
I will take the cover off.
Here's what we're
I'm
going to
good for
do. We're going to take our crock pot. This is my actual crock pot. Would you be so kind as to turn it up on high?
I would love to turn it up on high.
Actually, you know what? Turn it up on low because we
Low?
have, low, please.
All right.
So we're going to take a nice big old chunk of meat. Chuck roast is good. We're just going to pop it in.
Yum.
Be careful not to touch because this is very, I said contaminated last week. What is it? What's the word I meant to say?
Contaminated in a good way.
In a
with
good way.
right?
Yes, with seasoning. Okay, would you be so kind as to take out my bag of vegetables?
I just so happen to have a bag of veggies
now,
right here.
would you wash the potatoes with this?
I would love to wash the potatoes.
Yes, actually, I just wanted you to
Who's-
hold that. That's
Does she have a name?
I already washed, yes.
Kind of cute.
Yes, maybe you could date her
All
later.
right, yeah.
So, it looks like your type. He likes women with brown hair. Anyway, so this is our bag of vegetables. Now,
Okay.
I did pre-cut them because
they're
sometimes,
legit. They smell like
sometimes
vegetables.
when there are onions, and you do your cutting of onions, it can make a person cry. Yeah. So I decided that we didn't want to do that. So
No.
go ahead
Well, thank you for
and, you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to, this will do for water. We're going to put some water in here.
Mo doesn't have cooties at all. This is cootie free.
We're going to put some water in here. I got to
pot.
get this to the crock pot because this is my meal tonight and I'm having guests over.
Oh, wow, pressure's on.
Yes.
Pressure
You
is
know
on.
what? We want to jazz it up with a little garlic. Now, you could press your own garlic. Who has time for that? So we're just going to throw in some garlic. Garlic comes in a can. Did you know that? Yeah,
did
a
not know
jar or
that.
whatever this is. So, okay, I'm just going to
Good
throw
for keeping
some.
vampires away, too.
That's it. Yes. Yes. I like mine jazzed up with garlic. So I'm going to put, and one of these is like a clove of garlic. Now throw some of this in there, Tom.
A little Worcestershire.
A little
huh?
Worcestershire. Yep.
All right, let me
Do what you think is right.
Look at that.
Keep going. Keep going. Careful of your shirt, because that'll make a stain.
that.
That'll leave a mark,
And
as your
there's a
mom used
spot
to
right
say.
there, yes.
Yes, put more in. Oh yeah, I'm all about the Worcestershire.
Janice with the Worcestershire.
There you go. Perfect. No. Remember, this is a real recipe
that's right.
tonight
Somebody's
for
gotta
my
eat this
family.
later.
Yes. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to dump our vegetables in. Go ahead. Dump them in. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, they might not all fit,
maybe
so
not
we're
all
not going to
fit.
put all of them. We're just going to put about that much.
Let me lick my fingers
Yes.
and push them on
Okay.
there.
No. Now put the cover on. We're good to go. Now, this is going to be just great. So yeah. So that's our recipe.
So we can't eat it right now. Can we eat it?
No, remember, it's a crock pot, so it'll take a good 6 to 8 hours, maybe sometimes even 10 to really get the meat.
This is deja vu.
It's a crock pot recipe.
Well,
yeah.
What a crock.
Yeah,
what a
that's
crock.
what the show's called. That's what
Once
it's
again,
called.
I have
That's
to
our
wait for the
segment.
food.
Yes, well, that's it for us today, folks. Thank you again for watching. My name is Mo.
And I am Tom.
And this show is the
Talk of the Town. See you next time. What do you think of Talk of the Town?
I don't know about it.
It's the greatest, hippest show now on HCTV, Talk of the Town. It's a hit. I'm actually quite shocked you guys have not heard or seen of this yet.
Gentlemen, before we get going, I just was curious to know what you think of the new show, Talk of the Town.
You know anything about it?
I haven't heard nothing. I was up north. I didn't hear nothing.
What do you think of the Talk of the Town show?
Very good.
Have you seen it?
No.
Talk of the Town. What do you think? You heard of the show Talk of the Town?
No.
No?
We heard of Take a Hike, Mike.
Talk of the Town. What do you think of the new show Talk of the
I
Town?
haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot about it. I
Oh,
saw
good
it on my
stuff, right?
iPad. I enjoyed seeing Father Cole picking up poop in his yard.
And what do you think of Talk of the Town?
Well, I think Talk of the Town is great.
What was your favorite part of the first episode?
I don't know because I never saw it.
Gotcha.